Marketplace is supported by Putnam Investments, recognizing the value of financial advice since 1937. Putnam Investments, a world of investing. Produced in association with the University of Southern California.
President Obama took to the Rose Garden today to talk about the economy. There was some kind of technical glitch, though, so at one point, he actually had to stop and say, "Hey, is this thing on?" He was talking, of course, about the microphone. Could well have been the economy, though. From American Public Media, this is Marketplace.
Marketplace is supported by the Batten Institute, advancing knowledge about entrepreneurship and innovation at the University of Virginia's Darden School of Business, www.batteninstitute.org. And by Progressive Insurance, with more than 30,000 local independent agents. Information available at progressive.com.
From the Frank Stanton Studios in Los Angeles, I'm Kai Ryssdal. It is Monday, today the 30th of August. Good to have you here. It was supposed to be an economic pep talk the president was giving this morning about how 2 years ago when Lehman Brothers went under, things were bad, but how they're getting better now. Had a little hiccup, though.
What we did know was that it took nearly a decade. How are we doing on sound, guys? Is it still going in the press? Okay. What we did know was that it was going to take nearly a decade.
And with that, he was back on track. But the symbolism wasn't lost at all. Despite the best efforts of the White House and the Fed, the general economic vibe out there is that things could be better. Over in the other economy, though, the one where companies and corporations live, business is booming. This month alone, the money that has changed hands in mergers and acquisitions has hit almost $250 billion. Just today, we learned the French drug maker Sanofi Aventis wants to buy American biotech company Genzyme for almost $20 billion. But if it's true that the economy could get worse again before it gets better, and just to be clear here, that is still an if, but if it is a possibility, then how come businesses are spending all this money? Here's our senior business correspondent, Bob Moon.
The reason behind all this corporate dealing is nothing new, really. Many companies were ruthless in cutting costs and hoarding their cash out of fear after the financial collapse. And they're now sitting on record reserves. By one estimate, the world's top 1,000 companies are holding around $2 trillion in cash. The result is something Dean Martin sang about years ago.
Money burns a hole in my pocket.
Hedge fund manager Steve Goebbels says the boss is feeling pressure.
Investors have, for the most part, given their CEOs an ultimatum: either dividend the cash back to me or go out there and spend and do something creative with it. Don't just leave it on the balance sheet earning nothing.
Goebbels bets on M&A deals at Chicago Capital Management. He says the weak economy has added to the pressure. It's tough for companies to grow on their own, so CEOs can either buy new technology to stay a step ahead or essentially try buying new customers. Bob Teitelman watches mergers and acquisitions as editor-in-chief at The Deal.
Organic growth is difficult to get, particularly when companies get larger. New product lines need to be developed, and it's often much easier and cheaper to buy rather than develop it internally.
In a lot of cases, the weak economy has turned vulnerable firms into attractive bargains, and private investment firms are eager to unload companies they've had a tough time selling in recent years so they can return cash to their clients. Teitelman also says pessimism about the recovery is actually spurring a lot of these deals.
There's an aspect of this of rushing to get out the door before the door shuts. You might as well sell now before there is a double dip.
Teitelman says that open question raises another one: just how long this new wave of deals can last. I'm Bob Moon for Marketplace.
Here's an economic indicator from the classifieds for you. If you happen to be in the market for a used car, move over. There's been a jump in sales and also prices. In fact, brace yourself.